So, if you saw the title, you know what I'm going to be talking about. You know, Pokemon does have female trainers, and it seems to me like they get very left out. Because let's start with Misty, who was our first female trainer, let's just say. As far as the anime goes, and that's pretty much what I'm going to be talking about. She was a gym leader. She often was stronger in battle than Ash. But who isn't? But even so, she had her dreams, she had her ambitions, she knew what she was doing with herself. She was a very respectable, female character for female Pokemon trainers to look up to. And, since then, it seems like they kind of fall apart. Even though in Gold and Silver, that portion of the anime, it seemed like, once she got her bike back, she was done. She just went home. Although the fact that her sisters were kind of done with being gym leaders, so she had to protect the Cerulean Gym's honor and give out the gym badges. So, she had that, but even so, she stuck true to what she was. She said, I'm a water Pokemon trainer, and I'm going to do that. And yes, I did move my head to get the glare out. I hate that lamp. Then after her, well, maybe as a side panel to her, in the Pokemon manga, there was a female trainer named Green, who we got to see, or Leaf, in Fire Red and Leaf Green. That can be considered Gen 1, let's just say. She was awesome. She used her Pokemon in such a way, and their abilities in such a way, that she was a tactician. Like, she would escape more often than not by having her Jigglypuff balloon up and fly away using that. That's a Pokemon that doesn't normally fly. In fact, to lure, powerful trainers out, she had her Ditto transform into Mew, and then when people came to fight Mew or try to capture it, they found themselves fighting her. Although she wasn't quite a heroine at first, but later on she did become that way, and yes, Leaf in the games is supposed to be green from the manga, because they did merge the two together. But then, talking about Gold and Silver, going to Gen 2, what about Chris from Crystal? We've only seen her in a special in the manga, and then after that, not so much. She is, however, very notable in that she's the Pokemon trainer that developed Pokemon contests. In fact, it's even in the Pokemon special, The Legend of Raikou, that she wanted her Pokemon to dance and perform beautifully during battle. Hence, the Pokemon contests were formed. And you can very briefly see her and her Feraligatr, because she did start with Totodile, in an episode of Diamond and Pearl, when Dawn is first learning about Hikari, the Pokemon contest, because she didn't really want to be a Pokemon trainer. She wanted to be a Pokemon coordinator. She liked to be pretty. But before her, May, or Haruka. Now, you could say, they made her a Pokemon coordinator, but that was something in the game. It was something new. It was something different. So they had her do that. It incorporated something that was kind of a not important side quest that you didn't even need to do in the games into the anime, and they did so in such a way that it made sense, and the episodes were pretty good. But May was a tough character, and they did hold true to her father being a gym leader. So, it sucks that we didn't see Brandon, or now as he's called, Orlando. But, And of course, Chris does get overwritten into Heart for Pokemon Gold and Silver, and we saw her briefly in the anime during Diamond and Pearl. Was it? Yeah. So that, she could be there, but to me, she just didn't really quite count, and that's a shame. They could have done more with her, but unfortunately, like I said, she was just there to give a Pokegear to somebody, or she was just a plot device, which that's not a good way to use her. And Dawn, I liked Dawn as a character. She was very much a girly girl, a step up, which was a little bit different from May, who was kind of a tomboy, but I liked May too a little bit more because she has a Blaziken, which is my favorite. But Hikari, Dawn, like, there was potential they could have done more with her, but even still, it fell flat. We never saw the girl from Black and White. Hilda, I think. Yeah, Hilda. We never saw her in the anime. To my knowledge, she's never shown up. We never even saw the boy. Like, why did we just completely go over her and go with Iris, the dragon Pokemon trainer, which I guess dragons are cooler, but, you know, Iris wasn't much of anything to be pleased about either. She was a very poor Misty clone. Her only saving grace was that she had that Dragonite that didn't like her. And even then, you know, she just really didn't do it. Like, she was supposed to be a Dragon Master, but she never caught any dragons other than Dragonite. Her only 2 dragons were Kibago and Kairyu. So, what gives? Finally, or should I say the next in line, the final step, Serena, as she's called. This whole Princess Key thing, that's not in the game. They didn't know what to do with her. They think they just wanted to use her because she had a very nice character model, and they give her a backstory with Ash that they have forgotten, don't really touch upon. She has a crush on him, kind of like Misty, but even that's not going anywhere. Kind of like Misty. And, you know, like, she's very blah. Like, why are the female trainers so blah in the anime? Why are they so blah that it's like, who cares? Like, they get replaced and then we don't see them again. Misty came back a little bit during Gen 3, but then bye-bye. We saw May a little bit during one of the coordinator things, but bye-bye. We haven't seen any of them make a return outside of a brief cameo. And it'd be nice if they gave them a little more attention, because there are female Pokemon fans. They made a big deal about the Pokemon having genders, so why don't we make it so that they can show up a little more often? I wouldn't mind seeing Misty make a return, just because, you know, Serena wouldn't like it. That'd be a nice plot. I think so. But, so for any of you female Pokemon trainers, comment below, follow on Facebook, follow on Twitter. Tell me what you think, and tell me what female trainers that you look up to within the game.